Welcome to Next Chapter Living, where every page turns a new possibility.
I stepped outside in my socks and felt warm sand where snow used to be, the first sunrise after a winter of doubt. That's when I thought, why didn't I try this first? If you want to test Florida without selling your house, this is the 1-year playbook I give every client.
Quick promise. In the next 8 minutes, I'll give you a practical map, housing choices that let you stay flexible, the healthcare steps to avoid interruptions, the paperwork that actually matters, how to budget for 2 places, and a simple decision rubric you can use at 90, 180, and 365 days. No hype, just a clear way to try the next chapter without burning bridges.
Here's how I frame it. 90, 180, 365. 90 days. Can you get a place, sleep through the night, and keep your doctor connected? 180. Habits show up. Do you like the routine, the people? And at 365, you've lived winter, spring, summer, fall. That year tells the real story, not the highlight photos.
Let's start with housing. You've got a handful of realistic options. Short-term furnished rentals and month-to-month leases if you want normal apartment living. Sublets when you find a trustworthy host. House sitting if you want low cost and a real neighborhood feel for a few weeks or months. RV or mobile living if mobility and low overhead appeal.
If community matters right away, target furnished units in active adult neighborhoods or rentals near community centers. Those places speed up introductions and morning conversations. For a concrete starting point, a furnished 1-bedroom in Pasco often runs $1,400 to $2,200. Use that as your ballpark and adjust for season and location. Sample month: rent blank, utilities blank, travel blank, meds blank. Plug your numbers into the worksheet on the site.
Remember, this is a test, not a bet. Try a year, keep your options, and decide with evidence, not impulse. Say that to yourself when week 2 feels magical and week 12 feels complicated.
While you're setting up in Florida, protect the house up north. Renting can offset mortgage and expenses, but it creates landlord duties and turnover risk. Leaving it vacant costs money and still needs maintenance checks. A middle path I often recommend: a short-term lease or a property manager who handles tenant screening and emergency response. And name a local trusted contact for odd jobs and storm checks. That alone buys huge peace of mind. Health and prescriptions are non-negotiable. Before you leave, set up telehealth with your current providers and ask for a 90-day supply of meds when you can. Transfer prescriptions to a national chain or a local pharmacy near your Florida address so refills are seamless. If you're on Medicare, call your plan and confirm Part D or Advantage rules for temporary out-of-state coverage, and schedule a welcome visit with a local primary care office within 30 days.
Paperwork doesn't have to be scary, but timing matters. Start mail forwarding and set up a reliable mailbox service so critical bills don't get lost. You don't have to change your voter registration or driver's license on date 1. Wait until you know your residency plan. Delay vehicle registration until you're past the month-to-month decision point, unless local rules force an earlier change. And if you decide to stay, ask a local agent about the homestead exemption timing before you file anything permanent.
Budgeting is where experiments fail or succeed. Dual housing adds up. My rule of thumb: build a conservative 20% buffer above your expected monthly costs and track cash flow weekly for the first 3 months. Keep a reserve for maintenance and unexpected travel back north.
You might be thinking, that sounds expensive. I hear that a lot. Here's a helpful approach. Pick one line item to watch weekly: rent, utilities, or groceries. If a number spikes, troubleshoot in week 2, not month 6. Small fixes early save you from a mid-trial scramble.
One common trap is the sun effect. Week 1 feels like paradise and decisions get rushed. That's human. Use the checkpoints. At 90 days, ask, are logistics working? At 180 days, ask, do routines and people fit me? At 365 days, ask, is this sustainable financially and socially? Those questions keep emotion from running the show.
Testing community fit is more than a weekend visit. Try a recurring activity, a class, volunteer shift, or a coffee run at the same place a few mornings. Go to a community center event twice, not once. Real belonging comes from repeated small interactions, and the trial gives you the time to see if those small interactions add up.
Here's a simple decision rubric I want you to use at each checkpoint. Name 3 must-haves for your life: healthcare access, finances, social fit. Rate each must-have green, yellow, or red. If all 3 are green at 365 days, you're in a strong spot to make a permanent move. If any are red, pause and troubleshoot. Increase the buffer, line up another provider, or try a different neighborhood.
Quick, pocket-friendly checklist to start tonight. Secure flexible housing and confirm move-in dates. Set up telehealth and transfer prescriptions. Start mail forwarding and get a local mailbox. Build a 20% budget buffer and confirm insurance adjustments. Schedule at least 2 local healthcare appointments within your first 30 days. And write down your 90, 180, 365 rubric.
If you want the worksheet I mentioned, I've put a downloadable 1-year trial checklist and sample timeline on the show site. It includes a sample budget template, a healthcare checklist, and the 90, 180, 365 rubric so you can start planning in minutes. Visit the site, download it, and plug in your numbers.
Try a year. Keep your options. Decide with clarity. If you're thinking about relocating to Florida, I'd love to share local insights and help you understand what life in Pasco County, Land O'Lakes, and Angeline is really like. Reach out through the site and we'll walk through your trial plan together.
Thanks for spending this time with me. Real conversations about relocating, downsizing, and living well.
Thank you for tuning in to Next Chapter Living. Join us again for more stories worth giving. Until next time, let your journey ignite. Live your best life and keep your dreams in sight.